All right, let's we only got a couple more questions. So so we took it from going from the regular salesperson, from going to the elite closer. Then we took it to somebody's afraid of cold calling. What are they gonna? Yeah, I think that was next. If someone right now they hear us, they're all inspired by us, and they want to get the cold calling, but they still got the nerves. What are you gonna tell them?
Well, why I would have to understand why they still have the nerves. Obviously, the fear of the phone is outweighing the thing that they want to achieve, right? Getting a deal or building the skills or, whatever, setting their first appointment, whatever it is. So you have to weigh which one, which one matters more to you, the fear of the phone or, are you going to go out there and find a great opportunity? The other thing is, Joe, like, what are you going to do? If you don't have money and you don't have a reputation, how are you going to succeed in this business if you don't reach out to strangers? What are you going to do? Maybe you can DM people. Maybe you can make offers on properties that are on the market. Maybe you could talk to real estate agents. Maybe that's an easier conversation than just cold calling owners. There's a lot of different ways to do this. The question is, are you 100% convinced that the best path for you is to call directly to property owners? If it is, find people that are doing that, get around them, and press go. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay? Nobody's going to care about the call that you made today, tomorrow, or a month from now, or 5 years from now. Again, like, nobody cares. So the only one that cares is you, and you're hallucinating what's going to happen when you make these calls. Exactly. Don't do that. Live in reality and make the call.
Yep, they're creating a boogeyman bigger than they know what to do, how to handle, and it just becomes an overburden. Or some say, hey, like you, let me just see what happens, free flow, and let it go and see what happens. So it's a heads or tails, guys. You got the options. Make a choice, really. Brent, let me ask you, what phrase or question, that you've always said over the phones, maybe talking to clients, that made you more money than anything else? Is there like a go-to thing to say?
Yeah. What's your goal with this property? Right? What's your goal with this property? And so what we're really trying to find in our business is, property owners, and this is most businesses, but usually it's speed, convenience, and price. If they want speed and convenience, they have to work on our price. So all of our questions, all of our discovery is to find out, do they want speed and convenience? If so, then they have to work on our price.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask this question. What would you say is like one rule that made you the most money that you stick to, you go by? Is it?
You know what it is. You know what it is, Joe. TTP.
Yeah.
Talk to people. You have to talk to people. Your organization has to talk to people. We're a service-based business, right? We're the ones finding great real estate deals. We don't have a product, right? We're not going over there and providing some sort of, we're not fixing up the house for them. We're going over there to use our communication skills to help solve their problem, to help them achieve their goal. Now, their goal might be to get as much as possible for the property. Great. Here's a great real estate agent. If they don't want the speed and convenience, if they want, their price and they want the speed, then you put it on the market, but it's not convenient. So our job is to find the people that are looking for speed and convenience. And if they're looking for that, then we make an offer.
Is there a special closing technique you work or that you use that works better than any other ones?
Here, I just signed. Now it's your turn.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, closing is a natural progression of your pre-qualification and your discovery process.
Which I'm noticing is like you keep going back to that. The discovery is just the meat and bones of it all.
That's 80% of it.
Okay, cool.
That's 80% of it. How do we know how to make an appropriate offer that's going to help these people achieve their goal if we don't know what their goal is? And then we're just making offers to people that'll never do business with us, which will then get us to really get bad habits.
Yeah.
And if we have bad habits, we get frustrated because we go, oh, this doesn't work. I've made 1 million calls. I've talked to 1 million people. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because one, you're speaking with people that'll never do business with you, and two, you're not discovering what is their goal.
Yeah. And on top of that, are you a guy that shoots to offer in the front of the call or at the end of the call?
We don't shoot any offers unless we're at the house.
Hmm. Okay. So you're
Yeah.
literally taking them straight up against the wall.
But we'll do some advanced agreements, right, Joe? We'll do the, you know, we understand the price, we understand the terms, we understand, that it seems like they want to do business with us. So whenever you're negotiating, it's price, terms, and you. That's it. What's the price, terms, and do they trust you to get the job done? And so going out there, if Joe, when I come out tomorrow at 2 and we're good on the price, we're good on the terms, everything's set up the way that you like it, is there anything stopping us from moving forward and doing business together? And then that's when you could throw some objections at, or I need to talk to this person, or I need to pray about it, or I need to put it to my attorney, or I need my agent to review it, whatever else. At least we know going into that appointment what's going on. Because you can have all the techniques that you want, and well, why don't you sign it today, and I'll leave a copy of the purchase agreement with you here, and then I'll call you tomorrow morning, and if you say I don't want to do it, you could tear it up, but if not, I'm going to come by and I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. Sure, you could do these things, right? Does it work? Maybe, but what's really sticky is really building the trust that you can get the job done and you're in alignment with the price and the terms.
That is, yeah. I tell the team that all the time. Do you sound competent? Do you sound like a guy that can, number one, afford my house? Number two, that I can give you my biggest asset I own in my entire life, and you're really I'm gonna trust you. Do you sound like that guy? And that's, it's huge. So
Yeah.
look, we're winding down to the last two questions, and I just kind of want to tell you how I discovered you. I was at Rocket Mortgage, and this was during COVID, 2020, all that. And I was number one on the phones, bro. I was rocking it. I never knew I was so great on the phones. I loved it. Smiling Dow, all this, blah. So I found you because I was doing mass text or mass mail, email. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, how can I reach the masses like big time? And I started Googling, and bro, it took me to you SMS text blasting,
Yeah.
and I was like, after that, I would like go onto the websites of the real estate people. I would just upload their phone numbers, and you know what I'm saying? Or anyone I would call. Okay, well, cool. I'll stay in touch with you. Just upload them in. And bro, I built a list of thousands. I'm on vacation. I did one text blast. Boom, 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 boom. 36 referrals. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, I set records at Rocket Mortgage. So I got trophies and whatever. But it was because of you. It was because of the innovation. And I was like, and that was the Wild West when texting was.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate you for that. That was great, man. Right place at the right time. That's why you always have a spot in my heart. So look, I want to wind it down. I know you read a lot. Leaders are readers. You got to be a strong-minded guy. What are like top three books you can recommend to the viewers? Obviously, we'll tell them Go Giver because everyone knows.
Yeah.
Go Giver.
Well, I got that one right here. Right.
He's
The Go Giver.
The
Go Giver is fantastic. I think you got to do the Think and Grow Rich, and I think you can do How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, you go with the classics. You go with the ones that,
endless.
Really great ideas solve really big problems, right? And those problems don't change. And so if those problems don't change, then I like going to the source material, not some, regurgitate. Like if people are writing books to make money, I don't want to read those books. You know what I'm saying? I want to read the classics. I want to read the teachers that want to put together a book because they truly want to educate and to have something, a legacy that they've passed on. You know what I mean?
Discovery. Yeah.
It's just, listen, the ugly truth, Joe, is, I've been coaching, I've been around incredible people that have big followers. The fact is 95% of the books that you read were written by a ghostwriter. And you pay 40 grand. I've met with these people. I've talked to these people. You pay them 40 grand. You sit down with them for like 2 to 4 hours. You tell them your idea, and then they write up a book, and then they put it out there. And that's fine, and it makes sense, but it's not something that's going to be long lasting.
Then you get the pre-sales.
And now they have Chat GPT to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
you get the pre-sales. You get the New York Times bestseller, and you're making 100 grand on stage. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's just a lead magnet for a funnel that people get stuck into. Let's be honest.
It
And
is.
so I like going back to the old school stuff. I like The Richest Man in Babylon. You know what I mean? I like
Nice.
Business Secrets from the Bible. I like those type of things. It's really, really, really good, challenging reading, and you don't have to read all the way through. You can pick and choose how you go through it. You can listen to it as you're reading it. But I think, my mentor, Tom Kroll, said something last week on my live show that I do on YouTube. And he said that reading for entrepreneurs calms down our ADHD. And
Interesting.
I thought that was beautiful because it always has. And I never really thought of it that way. And I think that, one of our biggest strengths and one of our biggest weaknesses is we implement really fast, but sometimes we shouldn't implement anything and just stay super focused on the main goal that we have. And I think reading helps that. So I
Just think
encourage
about it.
everybody to read at least 10
You're
pages a day.
holding, you're activating the brain. It's just all like everything an entrepreneur does, but like with a rock of knowledge.
Right.
We devour it. I
Well,
do.
and it also it feeds your curiosity. You read something, you go, wait a second, is that right? Is that true? Should I look into this more? And then you're down that rabbit hole.
Are
You
you,
know,
are you the type of guy that implements straight away?
Yeah, I mean, to my detriment many times, Joe, I'd be pulled in way too many directions, thinking
Mm.
things are very exciting at the time. But now I've been able to just focus on the businesses that I do have and stay really, really, really diligent to that. And then I'll implement things based on what's going on in the market in those businesses.
Awesome, bro. Well, look, I can talk to you for hours. You're the coolest, one of the coolest guys I know, but you've been amazing. This is the best opportunity I've had in a long time. I want to say thank you for being the guy. And I think it went pretty smooth, for things that couldn't go wrong. And onward and upward, bro. We're going to destroy. So
It was awesome. Yeah, I encourage you to do as many of these episodes as possible. You know what I mean? I've had a podcast for a long time, and I've learned more from the conversations that I've had on that than any mastermind. Than any, it's just a great opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody and then share it to the world. So it's really cool.
yeah. And again, these are take-home tips they can apply on the fly. So that's what I want them to do. Just get in there and start working, man, because they're just in their ways. And so here, let me procrastinate you with another fucking episode to, you know what I'm saying, man? So it's like, I get it.
I just,
Yeah,
I think if people are listening to this, they have the natural DNA to want to be really great at sales, which is they hit sales is the lottery, Joe. It is the highest paid profession. I mean, if you look at anywhere, it is truly the highest, unless you're some sort of engineer and you're a manufacturer, you own land, or you come from a wealthy family or whatever else. If you really want to get ahead from a financial standpoint and really build a skill that is so wildly valuable because there's not very many people that are true masters at it, it is sales. And just be authentic, but learn how to communicate effectively with the people that you're reaching out to. And the way to do that is just smile and dial, baby.
Smile and dial, don't act, react. There you
That's
go.
it.
Awesome, bro. You've been great, man. I
Awesome.
appreciate you so much. Where's my little bell? Man. And one day I want to come on your show and ring your bell because I got
You got it.
Let's go. Thank you, Brett. You've been awesome, man.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.